presidential pardon, prerogative of mercy, and clemency. And I think I would love to start with you, Barrister Patrice Aquara. Now, what is a pardon? What is clemency? And what is this prerogative of mercy? Can you help us just in 2 minutes just to dissect that? What is a pardon? What is clemency? Is pardon does it mean you've not sinned again, you are exonerated, or is the case struck out? Or pardon, it means we acknowledge that you've done what is wrong, but because you've shown a change of heart and all of those things, so we are pardoning you, but does not remove the fact that you've been convicted.
Well, thank you. The way you ask the question reminds me of what our Lord Jesus Christ came to do. And you recall that woman caught in adultery. They actually caught her in the very act. And they sentenced her to death by stoning according to the law. Instead of going ahead to stone her, they brought her to Jesus in order to rope Jesus inside, But Jesus being very smart and more intelligent than they, and now asked them, if you have not sinned, cast the first stone. And knelt down and started writing. But I think he was writing a new law, actually, if you ask me, because the first law that criminalized that woman's act was written by the finger of God, the tablet of stone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That Moses got was written by the finger of God. When he had finished writing that 10 Commandments, he sent it to Moses. So I feel I'm inspired to say that Jesus, when he stooped down and started writing, nobody told us, so I felt he was writing a new law on the stone also. So by the time he stood up, he said, if anybody had not sinned, cast the first stone. I asked the woman, did anybody accuse you? He said, no, not accuse you. And I said, go and sin no more. That's exactly what presidential pardon can be. Under Section 175 of our Constitution, we have what we call prerogative of mercy. And now you added pardon and which other third
Clemency.
One? Clemency. When you talk of prerogative of mercy, it is a prerogative. It's a discretionary power given to the sovereign. The president is the sovereign. Just like in the Bible, God is a sovereign God. He determines what he wants to do, and you cannot question his will to do what he wants to do. So the Constitution, the principle behind that is that the president will be advised by the Attorney General, and mostly he sets up a panel, and he did set up a panel, and that panel came up after interviewing the various applicants. So a lot of people applied, and then they were interviewed, and the panel made some recommendations. And in accordance with Section 3 of that, subsection 3 of that Section 175, he sought with the Council of State, determined the people who satisfied whatever criteria they set to be pardoned, and he pardoned them. And when he pardoned them, it is go and sin no more. Anybody, for you to merit that kind of pardon, you must have been tried and convicted. Awaiting trial people are not part of it. It is only those who have been, just like the allegory I started with, the woman in the Bible. You must have been tried, sentenced, and serving a jail term. So when the president exercises that his prerogative, that is discretionary power conferred on him by that Section 175 of the Constitution to pardon you, you are asked to sin no more. Then when you talk of clemency, it shows that you are innocent. That is to say, nobody will apply any form of ex-convict on you. Yes. Okay. You are now clean. You are now bereft of any form of accusation or allegation and you cannot even be tried again on the same set of facts that led you in the first instance to go on trial to be convicted. So this is a prerogative, and the president doesn't need to. Let me also emphasize this fact: the president doesn't need to supply any reason. It's just like under, I think, Section 95, what we call nolle prosequi. When somebody is already on trial, the Attorney General, when somebody is already on a criminal trial, the Attorney General can decide to go to court or send somebody by his hand and say, go and withdraw this matter, enter what we call stop prosecuting, nolle prosequi. That is to say, he has nullified the prosecution.
Okay.
And he doesn't need to give any reason whatsoever. So they have nobody can challenge that exercise of that nolle in court. Neither can anybody exercise this prerogative of mercy in court.
So it cannot be tried.
It cannot be challenged. It cannot be appealed against.
Okay, still on what you said about pardon and all that. Now, you said clemency means nobody can accuse. Nobody can.
You're not clement.
It means you are clean.
Yes.
You are
in the eyes of the law. In the eyes of the law, you are innocent,
regardless of what you've done before.
Yes.
But does it mean that if it is pardon that was granted, does it mean that it means somebody tomorrow can still tell you are an ex-convict?
No, all of them are the same.
They are the same.
They are one and the
All
same.
right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. I want